I created this workout to help you build both muscular strength and muscular definition in the chest, back, triceps, shoulders, and biceps. I kind of said that in a weird order, but we're talking about the entire upper body today. And this is, oh my word, this is gonna be a doozy. The structure is very fun. It's gonna go by super quick. So the structure today is we're gonna do 2 rounds at 45 seconds of work, rest for 20 seconds, 10 exercises, repeating those twice. Then we're gonna get a minute to rest, amazing, followed by 30 seconds of work and only 10 seconds of rest for those same 10 exercises one time through. This is why it's going to be a combination of muscular strength and muscular definition with our structure today. And then of course, the weight that we're gonna be lifting, we are gonna focus on a little bit heavier, moderately heavy, but aiming towards the heavier side to get all of our sets in. That last round through might be a little bit lighter because we're gonna be moving quick, and it's again 30 seconds, only 10 seconds of rest. Equipment, optional equipment I should say, because dumbbells are the only thing you need today. Optional equipment is the exercise bench. I'm gonna have that for a few of our exercises. I'm actually gonna do it on an incline, so if you have a bench that takes an incline, that will be helpful for some of the exercises. If not, if you just have your regular flat bench, that will work for the other exercises as well. I have my mini resistance band today. This is going to be for one exercise, and we're gonna be hitting the lats. This isn't an exercise usually you would do with a machine. We're gonna do a lat pull down with our band. So we usually can't hit that muscle too well, but I'm gonna have a modification for pullovers. So this is a great option at home to really work those lats. Then of course, because I also fling my towel around too. Our wrist weights. If you got your wrist weights and you want to add a little extra to today's workout, make sure you have those. We'll put them on after the warm-up. And with that, let's go ahead and get into our warm-up. We're going to start with just one arm across and then taking it to the other side. Other arm here. So a couple warm-up exercises without our weights. Then we're going to grab our weights and hit all the upper body muscles today in this warm-up. Last 2. And 1. Now shoulder rolls, so just the shoulders, rolling them back, so reaching them up towards your ears and down. Really think about making nice big circles here. Let's do 3 more. Here's 3, 2, breathing as we go, and then we're gonna grab some lighter weights. Last one, we're gonna do a bent over row to fly, then we're gonna do a curl to press, and finally we're gonna take it onto the mat for chest press. So I'm just gonna use my 10-pound dumbbells. If you wanna have a couple weights out here for that, you can. But starting with bent over rows to flies, so hinge it over, back flat. Nice and slow here as we row up, come down to the bottom, now fly. Back to row. Keeping that form, breathing. Row it up, all the way down. Let those arms hang, then fly. Last fly. Good, bringing it to stand. Now we're gonna go into a curl and press. So biceps now and shoulders. Curl it up and press. And back down, curl it up and press. All the way down to all the way up. 2 more of each, so curl here. And last one, then let's bring it onto the mat. We're gonna do a narrow chest press to hit the chest and triceps. From here, bring it down. Narrow press means those palms are gonna be together. We're gonna lift, punching the ceiling. Here we go, up. Squeeze the arms around your body as you come down. Tap the ground and press. All the way down. Exhale, press up. Keep those wrists straight. This is a really good time to check in on your wrists. Make sure they're not bending back or out to the side. Really keep those wrists straight, so then when we move on to heavier weight, you will have that good solid form to prevent any ickies. I don't know where ickies came from. Any pain or discomfort in the wrist. How about that? Last 2, you can tell I have little kids, right? And 1. Whew. All right, we're gonna get into it. So this is where if you've got your wrist weights and you wanna put those on, now is the perfect time to do that. And we are gonna start with a bent over row. So your heavier dumbbells for that, working for 45, grab your weights and let's do this. All right, we got our wrist weights on. If you are using those, hold on. In fact, let me tighten mine up a little bit more. All right, so with this, soft knees, hinge at the hips, back flat, spine long, squeezing belly button in towards your spine. Let those arms hang. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Row it all the way up. Wrap those shoulder blades around your spine. Hold it. Now control it down all the way. Moderate tempo here, not too quick. Really taking the time to feel those muscles through the entire rep. As you hang down, let that stretch come through the back. And then as you squeeze, contract, tighten up through the muscles. Hold it. Control it down. Exhale with your lift. Get that full exhale at the top right here. Breathe out through your mouth. That breath is gonna give you power throughout this workout, so make sure you've got to focus on your breath as well as your form today. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, we do that one more time through. 15 seconds. All right, grabbing those weights, second time through. Hinge it over, same form. Remember your breath, and let's do it. Row it up, hold it, squeeze, and down. Think about sticking your chest out through those weights to keep that spine nice and long, so don't let your shoulders round and close up. Halfway. Woo. Almost there. Last one. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we are using our band next. This is where modification, you're gonna be on the ground doing that, or on your bench for that matter, doing a pullover. If you have your band, I love this variation, mixes things up for those muscles. We're gonna do a pullover. We're gonna alternate sides. So even if you have a longer band, you can use that. Bring the arms up, and here we go. Pull down one side, back up to the top, other side. So you wanna squeeze through those ribs right there. Squeeze, and up. Good, keeping that core tight. Other arm stationary, don't let it move, hold it nice and strong. So you think about the pull down machine in the gym, we are trying to mimic that right now. But again, I don't know about you, but I don't have the space or the funds for a lat pull down machine in my house. It'd be nice if I had the space, all those goodies, but this works just as well. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, second set is coming on in. Same thing. So this is why, if you don't have bands yet, let me just say, the most inexpensive, amazing way to transform your workouts. These are amazing. So if you don't have them, grab a pair. You can get them pretty much anywhere now. All right, second set, arms back up, nice and strong. Alternate, or that pullover, here we go. All the way down and squeeze. So take your time to squeeze. Exhale as you pull. Don't lose form here with the lower body. Make sure those hips are tucked under. We did some band work for the upper body probably about 10 workouts ago, and that was a fun time. So I was like, we need to bring the band back in, mix it up a little bit. Last one, 3, 2, and 1. All right, if you got your bench, maybe you already had it out for pullovers if you were doing those. We're gonna bring it on out here for a seated rear delt fly. Modification on screen you're gonna see is that standing rear delt fly. And I don't need the back, so I'm just gonna leave it, but I do need lighter weights. So if you are taking this seated, hinge all the way over, let your chest rest on your legs, and here we go, 45 on. Up and squeeze. Doing it seated as opposed to standing helps you to keep that back flat, to really isolate through that rear deltoid muscle. Takes any swing out of the motion, as you can probably tell, but standing is another great way to do it as well. But even if you have a kitchen chair, you can use that in these seated exercises that we're doing. Almost there. Last 3, 2, 1. Woo, okay. Mind you, this is a very hard exercise as you can probably tell. So you don't need a lot of weight to really have this work effectively because it's a smaller muscle group, and then we take those arms out and away from the body. Super challenging. Hinge it over. Here we go. Second set, last set here. And let's begin. All the way up, squeeze, down. Just a soft bend in that elbow as well. Almost there. Don't hold your breath. Exhale as it gets tough. Here's 3, 2, and 1. All right, keeping your bench out here. If you have an incline bench, you can do this on your bench flat. If you have an incline, I have mine up at 35 degrees. We're gonna do an incline chest press. Grabbing your weights, bringing it down. So you'll see that modification on the ground if you're following that. If not, bring it back and let's begin. So incline position, the variation here works the upper chest a little bit more. All the way down, let those arms come nice and low. Press up. If you're on the mat, let the back of the arm touch the mat and then straight up. Wrists are straight. If you are using your bench, let those arms hang below that bench and then squeeze up. Still driving those shoulder blades into the bench. It's slightly harder to do that on an incline, but you can still focus on pressing up towards that ceiling, punching the ceiling. Three, 2, and 1. Whew, rest it out. Going again. I'm about to lose my microphone. Excuse me, everyone. Sorry about that. Okay, what are you doing, friend? There we go. Excuse me. Roll it back. Second set. Here it is. And let's begin. 45 on. I'm gonna say my chest muscles just popped that microphone out from where it was. I'm just kidding, but that'd be pretty cool. All the way down, squeeze all the way up. So the order of our workout today too is opposing muscle group. So you can see we just worked back. Now we are hitting the chest. Shoulders are gonna be popped right in the middle, and then we'll do biceps and triceps. Almost there, last one. There it is, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna need a little bit of space. We're gonna be down for push-ups. Now you can always do your push-ups on the bench at an incline. And if you do not like doing push-ups on your knees, feel free to find a wall and do wall push-ups. Those are great as well. But bringing it down for push-ups, knees or toes, let's make it count. Here we go, 45 on. Body long and strong, all the way down, all the way up. Remember to squeeze the legs and squeeze the glutes to give yourself a little bit more stabilization. It makes it much easier to get that full press all the way up. Whew, you can definitely feel those chest muscles at this point. Exhale as you press up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Whew. You can press it back, get a little stretch through those the chest and shoulders. Second set, coming up. Okay, 5 out, here we go. Try to get as many in on your toes as you can with good form, full range of motion. And here we go. I might only have about 2 of those in me right now, but we're gonna find out. Okay, 1.5. That's fine. Oh, I am shaking bad right now. I love days like this where we get to focus on the upper body and just burn it out. The next couple of days are gonna be fun as we are feeling it, but that's the payoff. Come on. Okay, almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Back to our bench if you've got it. Again, or a kitchen chair. We're gonna do a seated shoulder press next. Now this is our shoulders round. And you know what, I don't really need the back, so I'm just gonna put it up like this. All right. Here we go, seated shoulder press. Have a seat or mod, you see it standing, 45 on. Here we go. Exhale and press, punch the ceiling. All the way down, let those dumbbells tap the shoulders. Press it all the way up. Wow. You can see when you're seated, you have no extra momentum. Usually, I would give myself a little boop while I'm standing, but last 3, 2, 1. I'm just gonna have to go down a little bit in my weight because I wanna get a good set in, try to keep moving. So that's when you know you need to drop the weights, is if you are just stuck. You're like, I cannot get the weight up or down, depending on the exercise. Here we go, second set, pop them up, and let's go. 45. And if your form is really starting to get questionable, again, another time to drop the weight. Or if you're not able to get that full range from the beginning, if you're just like, oh, out here and you're like, back down, then lighten the weight. Some things to identify too, if you're not going heavy enough, your pace is gonna be really, you're just gonna be busting them out. We gotta slow it down when we're heavier. We can't go super quick. And another way is just, you're just not feeling it. It might burn a little bit, but there's not a strain, like you can feel it in your breath. Like you have to like exhale to get it out. Last one. There we go. Whew. So just a couple pointers, because this is gonna make a difference when it comes into building that strength and muscular definition. We are doing another, the next exercise now, we are hitting biceps. We are going to do an incline bicep curl, standing bicep curl. If not, I've got mine at 35. This is tough, so I dropped the weight a little bit on these, but we're gonna lean it back, hang the arms, and here we go, curl. 45 on, all the way down, hang, curl and squeeze. So you can see the arms are in a slightly different position than if we were standing. Make sure if you are standing, you're getting those arms to hang down all the way straight, just like this, all the way straight, and then squeeze. It's all bicep to curl back up. Oh my word, the biceps are screaming. Last 3, 2, 1. Breathe. Okay, second set is coming up quick on us. Okay, let's bring it back, or back to stand, whichever position you're in. Bring it back, and here we go, 45 on. And again, with this incline position for biceps, there is absolutely no swinging. You have no momentum going into this. This is pure bicep. This is a great isolation exercise to just target the biceps. And again, this is what's gonna help build the strength, but also that muscular definition with the structure we have going on today. I always like to reiterate it because I don't want you to ever show up here and be like, what is the point of this? There is a point to it, and there is a method. And sometimes it gives you a little bit of motivation to just remember that there is a reason for it. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna stand. We don't need the bench for this one. Hammer curls with a twist, another bicep isolation move, one of my favorites. There it is. All right, so palms face each other, then we're gonna give those arms or those hands a little twist out. 45, let's begin. Curl it up, now twist it out, take your time, squeeze. This is a good opportunity to make that mind-muscle connection. You've heard me say that before, and sometimes it's harder to feel that than others, depending on the muscle, but when we have an isolation exercise like this, as opposed to a more compound move, you can definitely make that connection there, feeling that bicep. And with that said, just take your time all the way down, squeeze, tighten up, twist, and down. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, rest it out. You can shake it out. All right, 10 seconds, we go again. Last set here for biceps. Grabbing the weights. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Hammer curls with a twist. And I want to mention too, that muscular strength is going to help you with everyday life tasks that come about. Especially today with the upper body, there are so many things that I can think about. Carrying in groceries, carrying that in my life that I'm like, this is going to help when I am carrying little Ted around. My arms need this. When I am trying to put something away up high in a cabinet, all those things. This is gonna make it easier. And I don't know about you, but I would love it if things were just a little bit easier. And so this is one of those ways to do it. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going into skull crushers. I'm gonna grab my bench. I'm gonna do this on my bench. You'll see that mod on the ground. We're gonna lay the bench flat now. All right, grabbing your weights, rolling it on back. Make sure we got a matching pair. And here we go, skull crushers. All the way down, press, squeeze. Really tighten up through the back of the arms, just hinging at that elbow, and then press up. We are getting so close to the last and final fire round. I'm calling it the fire round because it is going to burn, baby burn, but oh so good. Almost there. All right, here it is. Count it down with me. This is 3, 2, 1. Shake it out, breathe. I almost did a skull crusher there like in real life, but instead I hit my headphone out of my ear, so, oh, phew. That is not pleasant when you are trying to work arms and then you get some head action in. So of course, always be cautious of your weights. Bring it up, we're doing it again. Last set, arms up, and here we go. Press and exhale, get those arms back to straight, tighten up through the back of the arm. Okay, this is it. 3, 2, and I am not getting that last one up. Okay, hit and failure, that's what I'm talking about. We have got dips, so I'm gonna use my bench for this. You will see a modification on the mat for that as well. Just gonna turn my bench around here. 2 sets of this, and then we've made it through our 10 exercises, and then it's the fire round. So 45 seconds on the clock, in 3, in 2, and here we go. Now, if you are using your bench, keep your back nice and close to that bench. You don't wanna be out here trying to dip. Keep it nice and close. And then you can think of your legs as the amount of weight that you're using. The straighter your legs, the heavier that is going to be. The more bent, the closer you walk your legs in, You can think of that as a lighter weight. I'm gonna try to keep it at the 90-degree bend because that is all my triceps can handle right now. Feeling this a little bit in the shoulders as well. Get it all the way down. Press it all the way up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, one more set, and then I don't know if you remember the good news that I told you at the beginning, is we have a minute to rest after this before we hit that last round. All right, 3 seconds, here we go. 45 back on. In 3, 2, and 1. Push through the heels of your hands here. Whew. And those elbows going to the wall behind you, not out wide. Keep them close. Oh, they are burning so bad. Oh, it's so good. Here we are, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we have got 60 seconds now to rest. Shake it out for this last and final round. It is going to move very quickly. So before we get into that next exercise, I'm gonna tell you what we have. That is so that you can prepare which weights you think you're gonna need and if we're using our bench. I am going to just set my bench up. I'm trying to peek here to see. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it at an incline. I'm gonna just kind of keep it in the back here so I don't have to move it. And then I'll pop it down when I need to. Again, I'm gonna keep mine at 35 degrees for the exercises we've got. We are starting with that bent over row. Try to keep it heavy. If you need to drop it down for this last and final round, do it. Whatever's gonna help you keep form, keep your pace, and just keep pushing. Remember, this is the fire round, so give it everything. Bent over row, 30 seconds of work. Hinge it over, and here we go. 30 on, squeeze. Now, just because it's the fire round, don't move too quick. Make sure you're still going heavy enough to keep it at a moderate pace. But all the way down, squeeze all the way up. Getting ready for that lat pull down if you have your band. If not, you're gonna bring it down for pullover. And remember, we only have 10 seconds in between, so just enough to switch. Last 3, 2, and 1. So grab your band or your dumbbell for pullover, lat pull down. Bring it up, arms up high, and here we go, pull. Take your time, squeeze. Other side, pull. Hips tucked under, soft knees. Keep tension on that band throughout, so don't ever let it go slack. Seated rear delt flies or standing rear delt flies next. Last 3, 2, and 1. Just want to make sure my sides are even. There we are. Whew, okay. Rear delt flies, so if you're seated, hinge it all the way over. And here we go. Standing, back is nice and flat. Do you see why I decided to call this the fire round? Burning, but upper body getting so strong. Let that be your little extra push when you need it. Remember that strength. Incline chest flies in 3, 2, 1. Whew. Grabbing the weights, bringing it back, 3 out. Here's 2, and we go. All the way down, nice and low. If you're on the mat, tap those arms. Push up next. Knees or toes, you can do them on the wall, you can do them on an incline. Here it is, 3, 2, 1. All right, getting down here for push-ups. I'm gonna go this way so I can peek at the board, make sure I got our workout in order. And here we go, push up. I can't even do one on my toes. Oh, shaking so bad. All the way down. Press all the way up. Squeeze those chest muscles. Think about that armpit egg. Crack it right here at the top. Body long and strong. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the glutes. Shoulder press next. We'll do it seated. However, you can do it standing as well. Last 3, 2, 1. Whew, right into that shoulder press. Grab your weights. Seated or standing in 3, 2, and 1. All the way up, press. Tap the shoulders. This is exercise 6 out of 10. So you're over halfway through the fire round. Incline bicep curls next. If not, you're gonna do those standing, just like that mod. Oh, so close. 3, 2, 1. All right. Bringing it down. Let those arms hang. Here we go, bicep curls. Squeeze it up. All the way down, they're hanging. Squeeze. We're gonna keep it with the biceps next. Hammer curls with a twist. We are 10 out. 3, 2, 1. Hammer curls with a twist. I just gotta fix my hair. Sorry, it's been in my face, driving me a little bonkers. There we go. Hammer curl with a twist. Curl it up, twist it out. Exercise 8 out of 10 here. 2 more to go after this. Squeeze, which means right now we have got a minute and about 20 seconds of work. Hitting the triceps for these, focused really on the triceps. A little bit of shoulder work. Skull crushers next, floor or bench. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. 3 out, 2, and 1. All the way down, press it, tighten up through the back of the arm. Remember, don't swing the weights forward, keep them very still. You're just hinging at that elbow joint. Really drive those arms up, push. Last but not least, we have dips. Floor or bench, last 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, whew. Finishing it out with dips, and here we go. Oh, last 30 seconds. And I kind of feel like the lower body is missing us today. And so that's why I decided for the finisher, we're going with glutes today. So the lower body should still be feeling nice and fresh and welcoming a 10-minute glute finisher after this. Here it is, last 3, 2, 1. You did it, amazing, so good. It feels so good to get strong, doesn't it? And just wait for that definition to start showing up. We have got a glutes finisher right here. You will find it on the screen or down in the description. Thank you for kicking butt with me today. Thank you for getting strong with me. And I will see you over at our glutes finisher. I love ya.